Hey everyone, it's Crimson Cavalier here, and I'm here to give you my impressions of Nintendo's latest game, Splatoon. Splatoon came out just this past weekend, and I have to say I've had a lot of fun with this game. Now, this isn't a review of the game. I'm just going to give you a little bit of my thoughts on the game. I'll give you a final verdict, but I'm not in the reviewing business because reviews are very subjective. However, I can give you a general overview of the game. Let's start off with a little bit of personal gaming history. I used to be big on shooters like Call of Duty and Rainbow Six back in the Xbox 360 days. However, I quickly became tired of them because of a wide variety of reasons. Naturally, Splatoon will suffer from some of the same inherent flaws, but because of its core differences, it doesn't suffer from all of them. But I'll get to those later. First, I want to give you the two sides of Splatoon. There are definitely great things about this game. There are also some bad things about this game. Now, I personally feel it's always better to start with bad and end with the good, so let's get started. And because, in my opinion, Mario Kart 8 is Nintendo's definitive online experience so far, I'll be comparing Splatoon's online service and mechanics to Mario Kart 8's. They're both Nintendo games, and they can be compared to each other. And they also highlight something I believe is wrong with Nintendo's online, and that is there's no consistency between games. Anyway, the first thing I don't like is that the matches are not ranked. Mario Kart allows for something of a ranking system. If I'm level 1, I can be playing against someone level 20. Obviously, that's a huge gap in not only experience, but potentially skill, and that can be very frustrating for a new player. Second, there's no option for regional versus worldwide. Something I really liked about Mario Kart is that you could pick the type of multiplayer region you play in. Now, I'm not a tech expert by any means, but I wonder if this could reduce a little bit of the lag in multiplayer games. I don't know. Well, those are very small complaints that I have, to be fair. The matching system seems okay for the most part. Although, much like Mario Kart 8, you can't party up with a friend. You have to hope that the room your friend is in has an open slot. I tried joining up with one of my friends, only for the game to tell me that I had to be on standby until a spot opened up. It took 5 matches for a spot to open up before I was able to join him. Not cool. Now, it's my understanding that this is going to be fixed later on by a patch where you can party up with friends, but we have no knowledge of when this is going to come out. Once you're online, you are randomly placed in one of two maps. That's right, there are only two maps available at any given time. This is my first real big complaint. I think this is a very stupid idea, especially when the randomization of the maps is so broken. In one session, I played the same map 8 times in a row. It was ridiculous. Additionally, when you pick your equipment, you are stuck with that equipment until you back out of the online component. In other words, you can't pick your equipment, weapons, etc. based on the map you're playing in. Some maps have open areas that are better suited for the ink roller. Some have a lot of ramps and platformers which are more conducive to splattershot or chargers. The fact that you can't change your equips based on the level is a bit stupid, I think. But enough of the bad. Let's talk about the good, right? Well, there's not much to talk about. I really enjoy this game. The gameplay itself is near perfect. It's extremely fun and really addictive. It's exactly the type of game you say, one more match, to, and then end up playing 5 more. What I really love about this is how it's taking some people a bit of time to get used to the core mechanic of the game. It isn't about killing the enemy. You don't get wins or losses depending on how many splats you have. It's about covering the ground with ink. There have been times I've seen the results screen and the winning team all have negative kill death ratios. Yet they won because they covered the most ground. Focusing on an enemy is a good way to lose a battle, because for every second you're chasing someone around trying to kill them, that's a second you're not covering the ground with paint. The weapons themselves seem to be well balanced as well, though the sub-weapons and specials can sometimes not make sense. I would have preferred to be able to mix and match. Like for instance, I'm a big roller fan. It's my weapon of choice. But at my current level, I have crappy options for special and sub-weapons. Maybe later on I'll have a better choice, but for right now I'm stuck with either the killer whale, which isn't very good, or the kraken, which is better, but still not what I would prefer. The maps themselves are a lot of fun. I already have my favorites, and it's cool to see people coming up with strategies so early in the game. One thing I keep seeing that really bugs me, however, is people leaving so much empty ground. People run around missing huge parts of the ground to cover. I find myself staying behind often to cover the ground other people left unpainted. It's especially in Salt Spray Ridge stage. And as of right now, the rig is my favorite stage, with Black Belly Skate Park my least favorite. But the others are all really good and fun stages. I would like to see one that's a little bit bigger, though I understand that may not be possible considering the game is only 4v4. Overall, I can say that Splatoon is an excellent game. It even has a single player option, which is okay, but nothing special. A lot of people are criticizing Nintendo for releasing the game without the full online mode. There are new game modes coming later on, but Nintendo is waiting until enough people are level 10 to release it, which is fine. A lot of people aren't happy with that and are calling the game unfinished, which is stupid. The updates will be free, so it's not like you're having to pay for a game and then pay for the rest of it at a later time. It's free DLC, so shut up about it. I think that's the most idiotic thing to complain about in terms of this game. It's free DLC, enough said. Yeah, there are a few things I don't like about the matchmaking and stage selection, as well as the equips, but they're fairly minor issues. None of them break the game. Some people are also moaning about the lack of voice chat. Yeah, it's archaic to not have voice chat, and it would have been nice to have. But the game doesn't really suffer from the lack of voice chat. I've said in another video, however, that Nintendo needs to grow up and add voice chat to games. Stop babying the gamer. However, that doesn't make this game less good. If anything, voice chat would have made the game even better. It doesn't really take away from the game at all. Final verdict, if you're looking for something a little new, refreshing, change of pace, this game is for you. If you're already into the shooter genre, this is definitely up your alley. I really recommend people get this game because despite its few flaws, it's a ton of fun. And that is the most important thing. This game is fun.